Welcome to Land House. I'm Seth. Today I have got the Vipboss 12.8 volt lithium iron phosphate battery. This is rated at 320 amp hours, which gives you 4,096 watt hours of capacity. It's a big battery, weighs 66 pounds, and is pretty packed full of features. It's got low voltage protection, high voltage protection. It's got temperature disconnect for high temp and low temp, Bluetooth connectivity, and all kinds of good stuff. So let's take a dive into the features of this battery. The battery was shipped in a box with plenty of foam padding. Seems to be no damage whatsoever to the battery itself. So taking a tour around this battery, it does have carrying handles on the side which do fold out of the way, which is nice. The battery weighs 66 pounds, so definitely be careful when you pick this up by yourself. It does have the terminal screws there, and also had a nice user manual. Now up here on the top, it does have these little covers to protect the terminal from being damaged. As you can see on the front of the battery, it has 12.8 volt nominal voltage, 320 amp hours, lithium iron phosphate, and it does show that it's a smart battery with low temp, cutoff, and Bluetooth connectivity. The back of the battery does have some helpful information. 12.8 volts, 320 amp hours, charging voltage. It's got the recommended charging current, the 200 amp for max charge and max continuous discharge is also really awesome. And the peak discharge current, 600 amps. That's quite impressive. I've got a 14.6 volt lithium iron phosphate charger that I'm going to use to charge this battery up for our initial test here. Charging light indicator has now come on. The battery is being charged. This battery does have Bluetooth connectivity, so I've downloaded the Battery BMS app, which if you load up here, it does not require a login, which is really nice. I do appreciate that. You can connect to the device. Here I've got the VIP, which I believe is our correct battery. Let's click this here and see what we get. 51%, so it has connected. 13.23 volts. Current is 10 amps, which this is a 10 amp charger, which is good news. And we've got 132 watts going in. So this being a 4,096 watt hour, it's going to take quite some time for this to be fully charged. Hopefully it's charged tomorrow and we can do our discharge test. And you can look at the different cells inside of here to see the current voltage as well. Now in the control, you can actually turn off the charging or turn off the discharging. In the manual, it does say that before you connect a load, such as an inverter, to go ahead and turn these off, and that way there's no spark from the terminals. It's a cool app, has some nice features, but this main page here is what we're going to be looking at for the charge state of this battery. Whew, my goodness, it is cold outside. Speaking of cold, I think I've got a bit of a head cold going on just from yesterday. So it has been 24 hours. The charger now shows that this battery is 100%. Let me load up that app that we downloaded and see if it also shows 100%. And there we have it, 100% state of charge. That's what we need to know on that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this battery charger, but the instructions on connecting a load told us to go into the control setting here and turn off the charge switch. There we go, and turn off the discharge switch as well. The reason for that is inverters have a capacitor inside of them, and whenever you connect them to a battery of this size, it can have a little spark, and by turning off the charge and discharge, it should not have any output, and we should be good to go to connect up stuff. So we'll go ahead and get this disconnected. For the discharge test of this battery, I'm going to be using a 2,000 watt inverter and also a heater. And that will give us a good output that's consistent, and we can count on that time to give us a good, accurate watt hour output. So go ahead and get this connected. Now there should not be any spark because we turned off the battery's output. All right, let's see if there's any spark. Nope, zero spark on that. Excellent. I'm gonna go back into the app and turn on the charging switch, and we should see this turn on when I turn on the discharge switch here. Here we go. 13.8 volts, very nice. I've got a stopwatch. I'm going to set the heater to the maximum setting, and then we will see what the watts are for the output in both the inverter and what the battery says through the app. And we'll know with the timer how close we get to the 4,096 watt-hour value. So you go ahead and turn this all the way to high. Stopwatch is now started. The output power is indicated as 1,600 watts. We've got 1,400 watts here on the inverter, so the value we want to consider is that 1,600. If my math is right, we've got 4,096 watt hours divided by 1,600 watts. So we're looking at 2.5 hours of runtime. So I'll be back here in a bit and we'll check to see how this battery is doing in maybe 1 hour and then 2.5 hours. At 1 hour and 10 minutes, we're at 55% on the battery. So this test is going quite well. It's now been 2 hours and 4 minutes. The battery percentage is 19%. So yeah, I think we're gonna hit pretty close to the 2.5 hour mark. So I'll be back in just a bit and we'll see what the result is. We're at 2.5 hours with 1% left here on the battery state of charge. Now it's 0. 11.18 volts. We've got 10.5 on my inverter, and so we should be seeing this turn off at any moment now. So let's keep track of the time and see when this system shuts down. I've noticed the watt value dropped down to about 300 less than it was just a moment ago. So here at the 0% state of charge, it is starting to slow down. My inverter has dropped below 10 volts. And so it may actually shut off before the battery does, but it's real close here. All right, yes, the inverter actually had the low voltage protection turn off, but it's already at 0% state of charge, so we'll just consider it done. 2 hours, 32 minutes. Let's check out the math on this real quick. I've got my calculator loaded up. So 2 hours and 32 minutes would be 152 minutes. So 152 times an approximate watt value of 1,600. It was actually a little bit more than that. And then divide that by 60 gives us 4,053 watt hours. And since this was running at more like 1,630, 1,650, this actually comes out to very, very close to the 4,096 watt hours. So as far as the capacity goes, this thing is running to spec, which is awesome. Now, that concludes the first look at this battery and our discharge test. I'm actually going to take this to a friend's house and we're going to hook it up to his solar system and watch this thing turn a refrigerator on. So let's head over there real quick and get this battery set up into a real world scenario. We'll load up the app here, 63% state of charge. Now I'm going to go into the control setting here and I'm going to turn off charging and turn off discharging. And that's going to allow us to connect the battery cables without a spark. Very nice to have that feature on this battery. This off-grid location is currently very cold, so this large cable is a bit difficult to work with. But as you can see, touching this terminal did not have a spark, which means the switch we just used is working properly. I now have the battery here at an off-grid location. This is a metal storage container that has an inverter, a charge controller, and now has the Vipboss battery. This is going to power some lights here in the container and also a freezer-fridge combo. So I've got this installed. Let's turn everything on, see it operating, and I'll also show you the solar panels on the roof.
Ready to turn it on?
Yep.
Inverter is on. We're going to plug in power strip. We might have light here in a second. Power strip is on, and let's see if we have some light. Ta-da! We have light.
Freezer fridge is also running.
This is a brand new freezer. It seems to be on.
This setup is using the Vipboss 12.8 volt lithium iron phosphate battery. It's got a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter down here, and also has a small charge controller, as you can see right over here. And on the roof it has solar panels. Let's check those out.
Thank you so much for watching this review on the Vipboss 320 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. From my tests here, I've seen that it is on spec for the capacity and seems to work well with the low voltage cutoff. Now, I didn't test out the temperature protection, but my friend will be testing that out as he's going to be using this in a building out in the cold. So hopefully it's going to work out well for him. If you want to check out more information on this battery, I will have a link in the description down below so you can learn more information or pick one of these up for your very own. I'm Seth with Land of House, and I'll see you in the next video.